Hi guys, it's Mr. Now, the librarian, back in his porch, otherwise known as his office, with another story time for you. I've got a really cool book. This is Adele and Simon. It's by Barbara McClintock. Now, Barbara McClintock is a very interesting author. Well, first of all, I should tell you that if you search Barbara McClintock, the first thing you'll find is that Barbara McClintock was a scientist who won the Nobel Prize. Wrong, Barbara McClintock. There's two of them. This one is an author. By the way, this is published by Francis Foster Books. Barbara McClintock was born in New Jersey, but she moved to Jamestown when she was 9, and she went to Jamestown College. So she's actually from our town. So this is a really big book. I will try to hold it up so you can see it. And as you guys, you might not be able to see this, but this one was actually signed by her. I was so excited when I got to meet her. But this is Adele and Simon. And I'll do the best I can to hold it. It's a really big book, but I'll try it because she's also the illustrator, and they're beautiful. Adele picked up her little brother Simon at school. Simon was waiting by the door. He had his hat and gloves and scarf and sweater, his coat and his knapsack and his books and his crayons, and a drawing of a cat he'd made that morning. "Simon, please try not to lose anything today," said Adele. Simon said, "I'll try." Isn't she a good artist? Oh my goodness. At the corner, they stopped to talk to Madame Biscuit, the grocer. She gave them each an apple. After a while, Simon tugged on Adele's sleeve. "Where's my drawing?" he asked. They looked and looked and looked again, but they could not find it. So off they went without the drawing to the park nearby. He lost his picture. She draws beautiful pictures. Adele set out their after-school snack on a park bench, but Simon had disappeared. Monsieur Pierre, the gardener, helped her look for him, and there he was, up in a tree. "Come down this minute," Adele scolded. Simon climbed down with his hat and gloves and scarf and sweater, his coat and his knapsack and his crayons, but no drawing of a cat. And where were his books? Simon didn't even notice they were missing. "Let's go see the dinosaur next," he said. There's so much to see in her drawings. Soon they were wandering happily among the fossils and dinosaurs at the Natural History Museum. They said hello to their friend, Monsieur Dent, and the guard at the museum. Simon had his hat and gloves and sweater, his crayon and his coats and his knapsack, but no drawing of a cat. And where was his scarf? "Simon, how can you lose things like this?" said Adele. Simon shrugged his shoulders. He shook his head. He didn't know. I lose stuff all the time, guys. It's not hard to do. Adele and Simon left the museum. The day was bright. It felt wonderful to walk. "Adele," said Simon, "have you seen my gloves?" "Oh, Simon, not again," said Adele. They hunted all over and couldn't find it, but Simon wasn't worried. Maybe he didn't need 2 gloves when he still had 1. Simon's very positive. He loses things, but he doesn't let him get him down. He has a good, positive attitude. They stopped to watch a puppet show. Several of Adele's friends were there. The girls talked and talked until Simon interrupted. "Adele, I've lost my other glove." Everyone joined in the hunt. They looked under benches and behind shrubs, but the glove wasn't found. "Simon, we are spending the whole day looking for your things. Don't lose anything else," said Adele. But Simon wasn't listening. He was already on his way down the path, following the sounds that came from the street. I'm trying very hard to show the picture as well as I can, guys. I hope I'm doing an okay job. Horns blew, drums boomed. It was a parade, and right in front of their friend Paul. Adele and Simon walked along beside him until they reached the art museum. "Simon," said Adele, "where's your hat? What is Mama going to say?" "Don't worry," said Simon. "I still have my sweater and coat and knapsack and crayons." He is losing everything. Inside the museum, Simon went directly to the room with his favorite paintings. He got out his paper and crayons and started to draw. People politely stepped around him. Madame Quill, his art teacher from school, was there. Simon proudly showed her his drawing. "You must sign it," she said. But Simon couldn't find his crayons. Everybody helped him look, but no crayons were found. Simon hugged Adelaide before she could scold him. "Can we go now? I'm hungry." I wish I could hold it on every picture for like 10 minutes, guys, because there's so much to see. They left the pastry shop and headed towards home. "Oh, look, Simon, acrobats," said Adelaide. Harlequins juggled and sword swallows swallowed, and the strong man lifted with mighty effort. All the children joined in the fun. Simon's friend Leo was there, doing handstands and tumbling along with Simon until they were out of breath. "But Simon, where's your coat?" asked Adelaide. Everyone hunted high and low, but Simon's coat could not be found. Adelaide was about to scold Simon again, but Simon wasn't there. Andre, the postman, helped Adelaide look for him. They finally found Simon without his sweater. "I was too warm," Simon explained. Adelaide sighed. "It's getting late. Let's go." At last they were home, and Adelaide was tired. Tired of Simon losing his things, tired of looking for the things Simon lost, tired of looking for Simon. Mama was waiting. "Simon," said Mama, "where's your hat and your gloves and your scarf and your sweater, your coat and your knapsack and your books and your crayons? And the drawing of a cat he made in school," added Adelaide. Just then there was a knock on the door. And there were Simon's things. Look at all those nice people came to his house and brought him all his things. Each one of them has one thing. That night, after Adelaide and Simon had gone to bed, Simon asked sleepily, Is tomorrow a school day?" "Yes," said Adelaide. And will you pick me up to bring me home again?" asked Simon. "Yes," said Adelaide, sighed. And before Adelaide could say another word, Simon was fast asleep. And look at the big smile on his face, because he has a sister that even if she gets impatient and even if he loses things, she still loves him and she'll still take care of him. And he has all of those friends who helped him pick up all of his stuff. Oh my goodness, that is such a wonderful book. That is Adelaide and Simon, written and illustrated by Barbara McClintock. Again, from Jamestown. She moved here when she was 9, by Francis Foster Books. That's story time. We'll try to pick out another good one for you soon. Nice to see you guys. See you later.